When you lose hope on school, family, friends, how did you got the hope back again?
It is easy to fight with weapon and attack, kill, whatever. That day I put down my weapon and I used the power of forgiveness.
How did your CI journey started and now what is happening as a journey?
The things which I was struggling for past 2 years, you have made it happen within 1 or 2 weeks. My website, personal brand, book, like authoring journey, community, product, sales, I have no words.
Method or a framework that what you have got in your life to get back to the clarity in spite of the war going on? Like Krishna was in the war, but still he was having the clarity there, right? So what is that method for you?
Somewhere going into psychology and all that, I think that gave me a lot of clarity because
Welcome Ishan to the Extraordinary Stories podcast. Super happy to have you here today. Knowing you in the journey as an individual, being through a lot of things, a lot of challenges in your own life, starting from your families to building that journey forward. And also now knowing about your book launch as well, about the soul who lost its way. And now you are on a mission after finding that clarity in your life, being in that journey of moving towards more and more clarity. Now you are ready to impact so many more people. So that is super good to see and hear that from you. And I want to actually see that more in this podcast. So welcome Ishan again.
thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. And before I start, I want to thank you and all the people present here and the CI community for giving me this energy and this momentum, this atmosphere, this ecosystem, we can say this environment. And yeah, CI community, I would like to say, is like it's a territory of transformation. Okay, transformation with speed and ease. So that is why this book and the community which I have started, this has been possible. So I want to thank you all. And yeah, about my story. So I was like a totally abandoned and lonely child. My childhood has been very traumatic. And for reasons not of my own, because I am such a kind of individual where if I'm not wrong, I don't back off. तो वो कई लोगों के इसमें वो बहुत चुपता था. And the reason behind that also I'll tell you, it's because they themselves have not been able to sustain their position when someone told them to back off when they were still right. So they were basically testing how does he do this? How does he get to be so courageous or so straight spined? And a lot of, as we know today, the term generational trauma. So a lot of generational trauma was tried, like they were trying to pass it on to me, be it my all the elders, teachers, any person I've come in contact me, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's very few list of individuals I can count on fingers who have been genuinely kind to me. So somewhere like the people who were supposed to guard the child became the predators, and that was a major problem for me in my childhood. So from there, the journey has been of first it was a lot of negative emotions, guilt, shame, why does everyone hate me and all that. Later on, I came to a realization, I was not being attacked because I was wrong. I was being attacked because I was right. Because me being right and standing straight was exposing the predators in the system. You want to call it education system or like family and whatever. So then I realized that my goodness and my kindness has been taken advantage of. And somewhere I was in such a severe negative state of mind. Like I still remember in my school days when I was in 3rd or 4th standard, a lot of stuff has happened to me. I'll tell you that later in details, but I still remember in my school days, in my short recess of just 10 minutes, while other kids were learning, I was in such an emotional turmoil. The moment the recess would happen, I would run to this one lobby kind of thing in our building, and I would just cry my eyes out, and I would scream internally that God, please kill me. I want to die. So any person, there is a certain amount of capacity to take trauma. Everyone has a certain capacity or a certain parameter beyond which they break. I was beyond broken. Different things stacking on top of each other, that's difficult for a child. So somewhere the journey started from there, and in that sheer, you want to call it negativity or emotion or crying or whatever, I swore out of revenge, not out of goodness. God was already not answering because my answer was to kill me. Nobody was answering my prayer. So let's say devil answered my prayer, okay? Maybe people will look at devil with much more kinder eyes than we try to think of him. I swore out of negativity that I'm going to prove to everyone how right I am and how wrong they are. And there started the, we can call it the great rebellion of my life. I declared war on the world, basically. I was fighting with multiple people at multiple frontiers, and initial those phases of the school, I had lost tremendously on my health, on my mental peace. There was hell outside when I opened my eyes, and because I was in such a trauma, whatever you want to call it, there was hell inside when I closed my eyes and tried to sleep. I was sleepless and starved because due to family people, my family used to fight like they sometimes still do, but it's better now. I've improved my family a lot, through my own positive. But it was hell outside and hell inside. There was no peace. There was no peace anywhere. So I had tremendously lost on health, education, mind, sanity, everything. But I was not losing on the thing which I was fighting for, which was my morals and my standing on the ground. People have tried, I'm telling you, people have tried they have been hell-bent. I will not take their name because I'm not here to defame anyone. I've even forgiven them because I understand where their pain, hatred or certain set of belief and mindset is coming from. That is what makes me I don't want to brag about myself, but that is what makes me a bigger individual because I don't hate them, right? So people have been hell-bent. My school teachers were swearing that we have been in this school for 25 years. There was another stuff going on in the school of certain organizations had silently taken over the school and they were attacking certain children based on their religion. So that is a thing going on in India even today, in rural places, in tribal areas, in urban areas, everywhere. These things are going on. I'm telling you, people need to look into this. So these teachers had sworn that we are, no matter what, we are not gonna let you out of this. मतलब जानबूझ के फेल करने वाले, हमारा 25 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है, तुमको हम जून दिसंबर तू ऐसा ही करता रहेगा और बाद तू तेरा ख़त्म हो जाएगा लाइफ. ये रोज आके क्लास में देते थे. एंड समवेयर आई फेल्ड मैम, आई एम इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, राइट? समवेयर आई डोंट नो. सो दे suscepted me to go into fear and this thing, but me being me, I had completely opposite reaction. I started challenging and attacking them out of sheer courage and will. That was the school scenario. Family scenario, certain individuals had already tried to take advantage of me. I had fought back, they failed, but that relationship ended, or rather the illusions came off that I thought this was my family. That was someone trying to repeat their abuse which they might have had in their childhood, trying to repeat that abuse on me as a child. So family was not safe, school was not safe, children bullying and all that has happened. And so the journey started from negativity, but as I've grown up, there has been tremendous transformations because the battles I've won, even though I lost on everything in my life, I won the battles. That's what mattered. I kept moving forward. Yeah.
Awesome. And when was this time where you started this transition shift? Like, because when you lose hope on school, family, friends, how did you got the hope back again to believe in people? When you are in that mode of, because I know people will not understand what you are going through if you go through back-to-back patterns, right? So it's easy to judge someone with their background, but we do not know what you have gone through, right? Everybody's experience is different. Sure. But coming with this, that I also want to know, because there will be a lot of people who are going through, maybe there are certain extreme cases where people just go through psychological treatments or even medications. Have you gone through that level
No.
or no? Not yet. Okay.
There was an attempt
Okay.
to declare me insane by the same predators who were trying to expose me. I didn't let that happen. I was
Okay.
not going through psychological trouble, but I was being put under such emotional turmoil. The attempt was that. The next step was that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next phase of your life. I want to know that how did this transform? Like what is your first step that you started in a way that you are able to be in a stable state inside you? You are able to create that beautiful space inside you as a clarity to moving forward.
Because my family is a little bit, what do you say, Nastic and atheist. There was no God or anything. Thoda bahut naam ke liye hota tha and all that. But this one day I went to this one guy who was supposed to guide people and all that. And there I prayed to Lord Shiva for the first time. I have felt for after those 11 days, he told me to pray for 11 days. I've felt that love, like how Lord Shiva gave me his love. That has been it is magic, to be honest. That is on the spiritual level. But on the personal level, I would like to say, so I used to have a lot of violent fights with my father. And it was very funny incident at that time because we used to fight teeth to teeth, nail to nail. And so one day I decided, you know what, this is gonna keep happening. This is like a loop. It's happening every day for months, years. When is this gonna stop? Why is he not understanding what I'm going through? I need his support and he's the one who's attacking me, blah, blah, blah. So I came to a conclusion, and he was sitting in his bedroom or whatever, working on laptop, and I went in the bedroom and I just told him that I forgive you. And he was like, what? How? And he thought I was saying something else. He tried to evade, and I said, I forgive you. And he was in such a state of disbelief because he knew how intensely he was attacking me. Maybe out of his own, whatever he might be going through, I don't know. Okay. He was in state of disbelief, and somewhere there things changed. It is easy to fight with weapon and attack, kill, whatever. That day I put down my weapon and I used the power of forgiveness. So I felt like that. And I forgave my teachers, bullies, everyone.
Have you asked forgiveness from him at the same time? When you said, I forgive you, but you have not asked forgiveness.
No.
And is there any reason, because what I know from healing is where sometimes, even in samurai culture and in various different culture, what is tough for you is where the healing lies, right? Like what is tough for you? Because sometimes they could be your enemy, right? Physically, yes, you have to protect yourself. But mentally and emotionally, when we do not forgive, they are staying more in you. Like for example, or when we don't ask for a forgiveness, they are going to stay more in you because in your memory, you cannot forget them. You cannot forgive them, right? Or you have not asked for a forgiveness, because the total release needs to happen, right? And I understand that right now, building that journey forward, that forgiveness chapter began. And what happened next?
So the forgiveness was a unilateral forgiveness because I knew he was not going to forgive me. He started fighting instantly. I mean, it's like...
That's fine. So what he is going through is fine. But what happened after that?
It gave me relief, but his behavior shifted a lot. I feel like somewhere it suddenly put him 2 steps back emotionally, and somewhere he went to his past and remembered, and he realized what kind of man he had become, I guess. So it gave him some sort of awareness.
Got it. But from your point of view, I want to know that, did you started any healing processes?
No,
or
absolutely. This happened in 9th.
What are all the processes that you started?
No process. 9th standard.
9th standard.
What process do I know? It was a unilateral decision, and the decision was even if he beats me or whatever, I have declared peace. That was the decision.
Got it. And from this stage, right now, we want to actually move to the zone that now finding that zone, from 9th standard to current you. Okay. So what is that method or a framework that what you have got in your life to get back to the clarity in spite of the war going on? Like Krishna was in the war, but still he was having the clarity there, right? So what is that method for you?
Somewhere I have been very good with, or maybe I developed it. It's called pattern recognition. It's a kind of survival kind of instinct which we develop. But I that time I used to call it observational skills. And somewhere I realized like there is like whatever we are doing, like whoever I'm fighting with as human beings, there's some deeper level to what just meets the eye. So somewhere going into psychology and all that, I think that gave me a lot of clarity because
Psychology.
I understood how like human mind is working. Like we are slaves to our own memories, beliefs, and whatever we hold true to. So clarity, I would say my morals have always been clear as a person. So I think that personal morals and I think that helped me a lot. But maybe people who don't have such personal morals, you need to look at it as a step of progress in your journey of growth. Do it as a selfishness. Forgive people as a selfishness. Don't do it as a bigger person, or because it's gonna release a lot of energy, or the stiffness which you're holding in your body and heart. That's gonna release it, and everyone knows where they are wrong and where they are right. So the internal compass starts working automatically. You don't need a separate guide to do that.
Internal compass is the clarity for you.
Yes.
Amazing. So now I want to actually get to your book. Tell us more about who is this book for and what is this book is all about.
Yeah, so the book's title is The Soul That Lost Its Way, and its subtitle is I Had to Lose the World to Find Myself. Basically defines my story. Before I explain who this book is for, I also want to explain this is not just my story. This is not a story book, okay? This is not just my pain and tribulations. What I've done here is I have imbibed the psychological essence in my story. So it's like a self-help book where people are actually reading my story, but something inside is being revealed to them. Some things they are becoming aware of. And it's also like a self-journaling book, because after each important chapter or each important topic, there is a space for you to write for yourself what has been your experience. So it is a journey of mine, and you're gonna, because I have walked the same steps. Now I'll explain who the book is for. It is for people who have faced abandonment, first thing. Second thing, people who have a lot of social anxiety or fear of rejection or fear of criticism. Third thing, in general, people who wear a lot of masks, because in order to become social, in order to get that social conformity, we are wearing a lot of masks, but you have worn so much mask that you have forgotten who you truly are. So this is specially for people to go back, to remember their core identity. This is a guide to yourself. The book is a guide to yourself.
Awesome. Yeah. And now you are also the founder and creator of your own community. Can you please share about that community as well?
Yeah, so thanks to you all guys, and it has happened so magically, and to be honest, universe has decided for me. I just did the work, and universe has. So the community's name is Golden Clarity Community. And why Golden Clarity? There is a reason behind it also. While I was trying to find the name, and while I was trying to get that core purpose for forming this community, I got the calling that people need to find that inner light inside them. When I was meditating to find a name for this, I don't do these meditations, and to be honest, I've resolved myself, but I don't do this kind of stuff. I saw golden Shivlinga inside me, and I saw it in the form of a pillar of fire. Because if anyone tries to go and read Shiva's story or the mythology or whatever, Shiva appeared to Vishnu and Brahma as a pillar of fire. I saw that pillar of fire inside my own this thing. So golden light is that pillar of fire in each one of you. This community, there's gonna be emotional processes, psychological understanding. I'll also be calling other coaches. I'm not going to limit this to myself. People need to get healing from different. So the main purpose of this community is guiding you to that inner light.
Awesome. Great mission, Ishan. So now I want to know about how did your CI journey started and now what is happening as a journey?
My CI journey has started like I was a member of yours for like I came from Pallavi Walia Raj's community, and I got your thing as like how you do those things. So I got the membership, but I hadn't explored it for solid 4 months or something. And I was trying to create a lot of stuff for my own personal brand and all that. And I was completely like, again, I was in this situation like everyone was busy in their stuff and nobody was there to help me. I didn't know what to do anymore. So one day I was just scrolling through WhatsApp. I saw the, what's it called, Angel Mentor. I decided, you know what, I have it. Let's. I didn't knew what you were. I didn't understand what you guys were doing. So I decided, you know what, let's try to join this. I joined it, and you were doing the CSMJ, and man, that that has been really something. The things which I was struggling for past 2 years, you have made it happen within 1 or 2 weeks. Okay.
Wow.
Done and dusted. My website, personal brand, book, like authoring journey, community, product, sales, 10 skills in 1 year. I have no words.
Awesome, Ishan. Thank you so much for that. So now I want to know your definition. What is extraordinary mean to you?
Extraordinary, I thought about this a lot. First thing, it means breaking the norms, because that's what I have been. I have been a absolute norm breaker, and second thing it means to me is not just achieving the goal which you see in front of you. What I have realized, what I do is not only I go there and put my flag in this thing. After that, I go survey around it. I try to see now how can I achieve this in an even bigger way. And I went to do this thing, but I achieved the second level. So going to that higher level, that is something extraordinary. And just not giving up where everywhere it's telling you to give up, bow down, or cease to exist. Acting in spite of courage, acting in spite of fear, which we call courage. That is extraordinary for me.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Ishan, for sharing all these amazing things.